It's the process of representing or treating a person like a sex object, one that serves another sexual pleasure. Self-objectification is a phenomenon where we, girls and women, view our bodies as sex objects. And all of us do to a greater or lesser extent, and this varies somewhat by sexuality and somewhat by ethnicity, but by and large, all women face this in the US.
Women, to varying degrees, internalize this sexual objectification in society and begin to self-objectify by treating themselves as an object to be looked at and evaluated on the basis of appearance. Sexism is still around, and in some ways today, the sexual objectification is worse because there's so much more media, and there's so much more Photoshop, and there's so much more materialism. There's no way to...
Our sexual objectification culture is more amplified. We see more images, and 96% of them are female, of sexually objectified bodies. We don't have a vocabulary to talk about it. And in fact, young people, I think, have even mostly lost the ability to identify it. As a
criticism, comparison, praise, hate. I have all these opinions on myself, and I don't even know who I am. I don't know. Easy to follow people online that had heaps of views, that were beautiful by society standards. I looked at them and studied them and envied them and wished I was them.
They're teaching her what brings her attention. They're teaching her what makes her feel valuable and loved. They teach her that sex appeal will get you exactly what you want.
It's like being raised in a red room, pulled out of that red room, and asked to describe the color red.
Sexual objectification theory posits that sexual objectification of females is likely to contribute to mental health problems that disproportionately affect women. Things like eating disorders, depression, and sexual dysfunction, along with what I might imagine to also be self-esteem.
So how is this not empowering? The perfect sex object, you are perfectly subordinate because that position will always be acted on. So there's not power in being a sex object when you think about it logically. And depressed cognitive functioning. If we're engaging in habitual body monitoring, it simply takes up more mental space that could be better used.
Women and girls are told that we can do whatever we want, girl power, be whatever you want to be. But we are shouted at that unless we look good doing it, it doesn't count. And that is self-objectification.
You don't need to prove your value on social media to have it to feel valued.